No, dude, you don't get it. So it's like 1 billion lions. I mean, that's so many, right? That's like a lot of fucking lions. Hi, I simulated it. So we have an answer now. Yo, what's up?
It's Pokemon, no question. You could put 10 billion lions there. It does not matter.
They have God.
They have God. We have Gardevoir can create black holes. Macargu's hotter than the surface of the sun. Like, I don't know what the lions are doing to the sun.
That's what I'm saying. I think the Pokemon always win.
The first thing we have to do is set the playing field, because I swear, like, that is the biggest issue with this debate, is people will be talking about the anime logic and lore logic and Pokedex logic and in-game logic all at the same, it'll be in the same sentence. Like, Arceus in the games is very different than Arceus in the lore. I think he's a little fatter in the lore. Lion fans that are just yapping about lion ladder this, lion jacket that.
What is that? What is Lion Ladder?
It's like
Does it move?
No, it's not. We're simulating real battles here, where Pokemon have tangible stats and numbers that we can measure, as opposed to the anime and Pokedex entries or lore or whatever. We're not talking about that today, because, I mean, how do you even simulate? You can't. This is what I'm saying, man. 1 billion is so many, dude. Look at that. Look at that. You can't even see the Pokemon. Do you see that?
That's crazy. And then think about it this way. That's perspective. What happens if you put the perspective like on the ground?
That's true. That's them in their lion cube form. If they were.
No. Like, I'm talking about
What are you talking about? The simulator pits all 1,100 Pokemon in independent single battles against an endless wave of lions. It literally goes on forever until that Pokemon faints. That way we can measure exactly how many lions they were able to KO before going down. I tried to prioritize keeping the game mechanics consistent and not making any crazy assumptions. Like in this way, it's like the Pokemon are just randomly encountering infinite lions until they pass out, as opposed to if I tried to have them all on the field at once in like some sort of extended triple battle, like 1,000 v billion, like it just, like how do moves even work? Like who could target who? Like it would have been a nightmare. He's a normal type. He's got Bite, Slash, Crunch, and Noble Roar, as well as these stats here. Now you're looking at those stats and you're thinking, wow, that looks exactly like Litlio's stats, except you just swapped the attack and the special attack. If you notice that, you need to go outside. For the ability I landed on Strong Jaw, it turns out lions have a bite force of over 1,000 PSI, which is 6 times the average human, or about 5 times mine. They in this bite force quotient, which is a study that studies the bite force quotient, scientists found that they had unprecedented biting power, almost unheard of. It broke the scales. It was just embarrassing, really, for the rest of the animal kingdom. And it turns out they could bite through a car. If you got them all together, like on a weekend or something, like you get like 2 or 3 of them, they could workshop it and figure it out. It's crazy, man. They got it's gonna boost his biting. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There will be 3 rounds of simulation, and whoever wins the best 2 out of 3 is the winner. The Pokemon have their regular movesets. They didn't expect a lion conflict today. No one could have predicted this outcry of violence. Okay, yeah, you know what? I'm not even going to try to build this up. The Pokemon lost, obviously, right? Decisively. I mean, they only killed about 7,000 lions out of the 1 billion they needed to kill. About 25% of them, close to 300 Pokemon, did not kill even a single lion. And 69 of them, nice, did not even do a single point of damage. So what happened? We'll be assessing each Pokemon's lion success based on their lion power level, or LPL for short, which is how many lions they killed before going down. First of all, if a Pokemon can't outspeed a lion or can't outdamage a lion, they are not getting far. I mean, Caterpie's Electroweb did basically nothing. You had Burmy with Hidden Power doing nothing. Magikarp missed his only attack. So that was kind of embarrassing. So you can start to see why the average Pokemon was only able to kill about 6.5 lions. I mean, we had a lot of Pokemon just waiting down that average, and included in those Pokemon were even some legendaries. I mean, Cosmog, Cosmoem, Solgaleo did not pull his weight. He went for Sunsteel Strike. It did about 90%, which is notably not 100. He also didn't outspeed because he was more invested in bulk, and Long story short, a couple crunches kind of cleaned him up, which is really embarrassing, especially for a video about lions. The next issue is RNG. Thunderous Therian tried to focus blast 5 times, missed 4 of them, and bro got nuked off the map. Same with Tornadus. Bleakwind Storm was not doing him any favors. So they both came out with very low LPLs. This unbiased, third-party, peer-reviewed simulation is sponsored by Big Lion. we reviewed it. We looked it over. I'm sorry. I don't know why I find that so funny. Anyways, we're actually sponsored by Manscaped. I've been using their compact face shaver, the Handyman, for a couple months now, and it has unironically become my favorite razor. It's got dual blade, skin-safe technology for a really close shave. I literally stopped using hand razors because of this thing. Like, it completely salvaged the unmendable relationship I had with electric razors. And I wasn't surprised at all when they said 10 million men trust Manscaped, because I made 9 million bot accounts. It's sleek, compact, airplane compatible, water compatible. Like, brother is an all-terrain vehicle. And it's not December, but it sure feels like Christmas with this exclusive deal. Go to manscaped.com, use code ASTEROID. You can get 20% off the Handyman. You guys will really like it. It's honestly a great razor. Back to the video. Surprisingly, Aegislash had an incredibly poor performance. Not even, I don't think he did any damage. He didn't do a single damage. He tried to Toxic twice, missed both of them, and then just died. Crazy, man. And even at the top echelon of Pokemon, I mean, these are guys you'd expect to be just nuking lion villages. Guess how many Ultra Necrozma killed? Guess. 100? 200? 17? Oh, you're good at this game. He only killed 17 lions, and it's because of this. It's because of bullshit. In a battle of longevity, anything that's not a guaranteed KO is a guaranteed loss. Issue number 3, movesets. A Pokemon like Machamp, you'd expect to take the... Sorry, I was gonna say... Am I gonna say it? I'll say it. You'd expect him to take the lions to pound down. Shouldn't have said it. Anyways, he got a close combat up, it lowered his defense, he KO'd a lion, and then that's it. His defense was down. The next lion that came in just sent him to pound down, I guess. Or you have Pokemon like Miraidon, who is objectively one of the best Pokemon of all time, only killing 2 lions. Brother missed a Draco Meteor, landed another, but it lowered his special attack by 2, as Draco Meteor does, and then he couldn't KO any more lions because his special attack was just shot. Like, moves like that, that normally would be extremely good in like a normal competitive battling scene, just suck in a battle of stamina, because this is not a Pokemon battle. This is a long, tedious war. I stand before you today in these troubling times to incite hope and encourage those who stand with Gurfy, a hero. You see, Gurfy does not believe in the cyclical nature of war. He encourages those to stand against it and provide support and empathy to those in need. In doing so, he took a drastic action. By taking his own life, Gurfy, a fallen soldier, was able to protect the wills of the innocent. Thank you, Gurfy. Eternamax Eternatus is the strongest Pokemon ever made, over 1,000 BST. He's so busted, you literally can't even use him in the games. And he killed a whopping 23 lions. His signature move, Eterna Beam, is really good, but every other turn he has to recharge, which meant that for every lion he KO'd, another lion would come in and just get a free hit. And I mean, to be fair, you know, their attacks were only doing 6%. Like, he's tanking that. But over the course of a dozen lions, like, yeah, like that does it. But ignore everything I just said. Everything. For the past, I don't know how many minutes. Ignore it all. Because the biggest issue by far is power points. Pokemon just don't have enough moves. Even if every Pokemon had 4 moves with the max amount of PP a move has ever had, which is 64, and every power point KO'd a lion, at best they'd be able to KO about 280,000, which is 0.03% of the total lion population. So that's the ceiling, and unless they find a way to break it... Foreshadowing. Listen, you know, I know I'm like the world's biggest lion enjoyer, but I'm like genuinely trying to figure out any way that the Pokemon could win this. Because like, I don't think it's impossible. Like, I don't know. Hang on, I got some ideas. So there's an item in the game called a Lepa Berry that allows you to restore 10 PP. It's possible to indefinitely restore Pokemon's PP in the same battle by consuming a Lepa Berry, restoring this item with the Recycle move, or the Harvest ability. The Harvest ability is really good because it'll allow the Pokemon that we set up with this to automatically get their berry back without them having to take a turn to do it, which means, you know, they could be 100% focused on offense, just kill lion, kill lion, kill lion, kill lion, and then hopefully this sort of Lepa Berry plus Harvest system works in the background, so that way they just keep getting attacks, and then that would make the infinite loop that they would need to beat all 1 billion lions. But the issue with that logic, Harvest only has a 50% chance to work unless it's in harsh sunlight, then it's guaranteed. Oh man, dude. I'm really trying to hit a home run for y'all Pokemon fans. I wouldn't know what that's like because, you know, Lions for life, but really trying to swing this bat for y'all. The issue is we need to set up the sun to guarantee the harvest, to guarantee the Lepa Berry, to guarantee the PP, but we can't take turns to set up Sunny Day. Like we can't use Sunny Day because then that would just allow us to take damage, and then eventually the Lions would whittle us down and then the Pokemon would die. So the only way to set up sun automatically is with Drought or Desolate Land. But obviously in this scenario, we only have one Pokemon individually fighting these lions. So there's not really an opportunity for them to support each other. And I think even if they could, unless, you know what? No, wait, you know what? I think, hang on. Okay, who's the fastest here? I guess Tropius, maybe? No, he's slow. Are any of these Pokemon faster? Oh, no, wait. I don't think any of them outspeed. Why are all these Pokemon slow as balls? They don't outspeed. None of the Harvest Pokemon will outspeed a lion. Because you have to outspeed. You have to. That is a bare minimum requirement. A lot of the Pokemon that performed well were setup Pokemon that could use, a boosting move to guarantee that the rest of their attacks were able to guarantee KO a lion. It feels counterintuitive to have one of the moves be setup, because obviously you can't directly do damage with that, but a lot of the setup moves, like Fillet Away on Veluza, who ranked in the top 8 of Pokemon, gave him the opportunity to KO every single lion with every other move. Same with Pokemon that use Calm Mind or Swords Dance, or especially Bulk Up. Dude, Scraggy went nuts. Brother killed more lions than Koraidon, Dialga, and Rayquaza combined. He was a menace. The combination of Bulk Up boosting his attack and defense, plus Drain Punch allowing him to kill lions while healing himself, plus Rest allowing him to heal himself, and Shed Skin allowing him to wake up early. It's just crazy, man. Like, it really goes to show just how busted, first of all, setup moves are, and second of all, moves that can do multiple things at once. Drain Punch is insane in this format, as well as Power Up Punch being ridiculous. Okay, Frank, that's cool and all, but who killed the most lions? Who has the highest LPL? Well, I would ask y'all to guess, but you literally would never get it right. It was Pharaoh Seed. I'm kidding, it's Zangoose. But dude, that's crazy, no? That's insane. Zangoose? I mean, he's not even a fighting type. Like, at the start of the battle, he was able to set up 3 Swords Dances, which maxed out his attack. And with the combination of Facade, Night Slash, and Quick Attack, especially Quick Attack, which has 48 PP, some of the highest PP in the game, he was able to guarantee outspeed and guarantee KO 104 lions before running out of attacking moves. Now, what's interesting about this is the perfect example of a Pokemon reaching the MLK-P, which is the max lion knockout potential. And I think moving into round 2, the Pokemon really need to reassess, okay, how do we get the most amount of Pokemon to reach the MLK-P? The interesting thing about all this is there wasn't a single Pokemon that reached their MLK-P with 4 attacking moves. I mean, imagine, right? Imagine we could have a Pokemon that could KO a lion with literally every power point in their arsenal, not having to waste a move slot on a setup move. And then you take that and apply it to all 1,000 Pokemon in the simulation. Like, you could do way more damage. I mean, they could do way more damage. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Without any interference, the Lion's moves will never miss. No Pokemon is immune to them. And they have 96 billion attacks. Like, yeah, some of them are gonna get through. All right, I've literally been thinking about this nonstop for the past, like, God, I don't know, 3 days. I think it has to be possible. I know I'm like I know I'm a Lion fan. It doesn't make any sense. I'm Lions for life. Roar, go Wildcats. This is possible. This is possible. And I think I finally figured it out. The main issue is just finding a way to have infinite PP within the ground rules that we've established, right? And the ground rules we've established is that this is a single battle. So we have to like have the harvest Pokemon pretty much do everything. And then I had this thought, because up until this point, I've been like, all right, the harvest Pokemon needs to not only have longevity with the PP, be able to get infinite attacks, but the attack that it's using needs to be offensive enough and fast enough to be able to KO every single lion. But the question is, do the Pokemon need to KO the lions? I know, it's an assumption that has been like pretty consistent throughout this entire thing, but do they need to kill the lions? The lions could kill themselves. I'm losing my mind. So instead of trying to make a Pokemon that has enough speed, enough damage output, and also infinite PP, why don't we just make a Pokemon that is infinite PP and then also just has enough durability and recovery to outlast the lions? Like, it doesn't need to kill them. It doesn't need to. It just needs to win the battle of stamina. Going into round 2, the Pokemon have prep time. They can change their moves, items, abilities, stats, everything to make sure that they have the best possible chance of beating the lions. There's a thing in competitive Pokemon called speed creeping. Hang on, I know, we're gonna get a little technical, just put your seatbelt on. Anyways, the idea is you take the minimum possible amount of investment you can put into your Pokemon's speed stat to just barely outspeed a target Pokemon, or in this case, I guess, a lion. So I made a program that would go through, find every Pokemon's speed stat, figure out the exact minimum investment we would need to outspeed a lion, and then we could take every other stat point that's left over, and we could put it into their other stats, allowing them to perfectly optimize every single stat point. So, okay, yeah, the moves were a little more complicated. I mainly just got rid of all the damaging ghost type moves, right? Because they have no effect. I prioritized every fighting type move in the book. Like, if a Pokemon could learn a fighting type move, especially ones with high PP, like low kick, low sweep or whatever, like, yeah, that was getting taught for sure. I got rid of recharge moves, recoil moves, moves with low accuracy, moves that do set amount of damage, like seismic toss. I got rid of like moves that affect special attacks exclusively, like magic code or light screen. Just really had no place here. But I tried to find a sweet spot between high PP, high base power, guaranteed accuracy, and, you know, my sanity. It was a lot. It was 1,000 Pokemon. You know, they're always yapping. It's like, oh, it's a lot of lions, Dude, it's a lot of Pokemon. Jesus, my f***ing wrist hurts. In round 2, the average Pokemon was able to beat over 20 lions, which is a 200% improvement over the 6.5 average from the last round. This time around, only 103 Pokemon failed to kill a lion, meaning 169 extra Pokemon were able to participate just by changing the sets. And only 19 of those Pokemon failed to do damage, which is only 1.7% of the entire Pokemon army. There are about 50 more Pokemon that dealt damage this time, so round of applause. That's great. We love that for them. This was probably to be expected, but over 50% of the top 100 Pokemon were fighting type, and a lot of them had Moxie and Beast Boost and As One, like Pokemon that could boost their attack stat as they went. I mean, it makes sense, right? Like, you know, you get +1, you get +2, and then all of a sudden, I mean, you are just steamrolling, and it doesn't take a turn to get set up. It had the benefit of setting up without the downside of losing PP. It was genius. Quaquaval performed insanely well. With every low sweep, low kick, and brick break, a lion fell, even down to the lepa berries, giving him another 10 brick breaks. Bam, 10 more lions. Guess what? He's +6 with Moxie. Now, Wing Attack is killing lions. Wing Attack is some of the highest PP in the game. What will stop him? Uh-oh, maybe God. No, not even God, I don't think. He started struggling. Guess what? The struggles are now killing lions because he's +6. But obviously none of this matters, right? I mean, they can hit their MLKP all they want, and it still would not beat a billion. What we need is the harvest Pokemon.
Okay. Oh no.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's not a billion. So none of the harvest Pokemon were able to beat more than 5 lions, which sounds miserable, but hang on. Tropius and Executor stayed on the field for close to 1,000 turns. Executor only lost because he got flinched on turn 880, then flinched again on turn 882. I mean, RNG happens. 883, looking like a great time for a flinch. 884, okay, back to back is brutal. 885, the weather outside's looking very flinchy. Another flinch on turn 886. And then he got critted on turn 887. Brother got 5 consecutive flinches into a crit. That's a 0.01519% chance of happening. But you know what? When you have a battle with 800 turns, it happens. But the thing about Tropius' battle is he never lost.
Holy shit. Wait, that's insane. He's still going. The GOAT.
It literally broke the sim because the battle was that long. It's insane to think that just one little banana dinosaur could solo a billion lions if given enough time, resources, and a ton of luck. But it's possible. It's possible. And you know what? That's good enough for me. Thanks for watching.